I keep starting this video and not getting very far. I'm not sure why, but anyway, in my last video, I said that I had something important to say, and then I ended up not saying it because it kept getting cut off and stuff like that. So I'm going to say it now. And it just started raining, and it's beautiful in the rain here. I have an umbrella, but if it starts getting really heavy, I might have to go inside. So what I want to say is that I'm going to be starting a new playlist, and it's going to be called Healing and Manifesting with God. And basically I'm going to be talking about all the methods that I've been using for the past maybe 30 years to heal myself and to manifest. And I want to say, it's always been with God. As far as I'm concerned, with God, all things are possible. And, but only obviously if it is His will. So it's like really a prayer. It's like a cross between a prayer and a request. And it's always, your will, not mine, be done. Okay? And I just want to kind of clarify that. The other thing I want to be doing, and this is going to be a bit experimental, I've told the story about what happened to me in Jerusalem, and I do believe that it had something to do with healing, and I had been studying many different methods of healing at that time, and but since that experience, the only kind of healing that I've done is basically just a prayer. And also, I always get the person that I'm healing to pray as well, because I can't remember the scripture, but I know that some of you out there will know for sure, and I'm a bit embarrassed that I don't. But it's where Jesus is walking through the crowd towards the house of somebody who needs healing, and then but a lady who's been sick for I think it's 12 years or something, touches the hem of his garment and is instantly healed. And he immediately turns round and says, he said, "Who touched me?" I think. But then when he finds her, he says, "Your faith has healed you." And that's the whole thing. I just want to say it's the person themselves has to allow the healing, and allow is not the right word. Accept it. That's the word. And also, it's not me doing anything. It won't be me doing anything. It's a request that goes to God, and if it's His will, it is done. And anyway, so it's experimental because I don't really know what happened to me there in Jerusalem, but let's put it to the test, I say. So if anyone wants, if you've got something that is bothering you, some kind of it could be mental health, I guess, physical or mental challenge, then maybe comment under the video, and let's do the prayer and let's see what happens. So it's experimental, guys, okay? And the other thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching the method that I developed for overcoming depression. Now, I don't know if I've even done a video about this, but basically the gang stalkers have been mind controlling me using frequencies as well to make me very, very, very depressed. They do have devices that can manipulate your emotions. In fact, well, this is a controversial subject, but I'm not entirely sure that there are any mental illnesses that are actually natural, because what I've found out in the last few years is that they are being, certainly depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, and others are being caused by these devices that are in the hands of very evil people, okay? And the whole idea is that you then go to a psychiatrist and get put on these psych meds that are poisonous, and don't actually work because, well, in my opinion, I have to be careful here, in my opinion, they're not getting to the root cause of what the problem is, which is it's being deliberately caused by these devices and evil people. But regardless of what you believe or don't believe about that, I developed this method, and it was working for me. And interestingly enough, very shortly after that started working for me, that's when the mobbing started and the psychological torture and all the persecution and all the horrible, horrible things started very shortly after that. And my guess is that what they wanted was, they kept cranking up the depression frequencies, and I believe what they wanted was for me to go to a psychiatrist and get, psych meds, and maybe what they ultimately wanted was for me to be hospitalized and stuff. But you see, the point is, they could say that they had healed me. But instead of that, I developed my own method. And I just want to say this. I do believe that the fundamental reason why my method worked was that I was using healing frequencies. And my theory is that the healing frequencies may in some way counteract the negative frequencies. Now, I don't have any proof of that, and that's why, again, I'm going to say this is experimental. I'm gonna explain my method in a video, and then anyone out there who wants to, you can put it to the test for yourself and see if it works. And please come back and tell me if it worked for you or not, or tell me your experiences. So I called my method the high five method, and well, in another video I will explain it all. And also, if anyone has depression and you want to comment underneath, or and try this out, please do. Okay. You'll also see that I've got some other playlists, and that's really all to do with this. Now, the first one is I did a long playlist with happy music, and the idea of this is that if something bad has just happened, you've just been gang stalked, you're in tears, you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling hopeless, happy music will, to some extent, immediately distract you. And I would invite you also to make your own playlist, because this is kind of part of my method that I will explain later. But what I like to do is have what I call a first aid kit. So it's things that I can do to immediately get me out of a downward spiral. Okay. And then the second playlist is worship music, and that is basically, you know, we all need to feel closer to God, and I think that music is the most beautiful way, and God himself loves it if we worship with music. He loves that. So and it's such a wonderful way to lift your spirits, you know, make you feel closer, more connected to God. So that's another thing that you can put in your first aid kit. And again, I would invite you to make your own playlist of all your favorite worship songs too. And then the final playlist is healing frequencies, just the ones that I found on YouTube. When I do my video about the high five method, I'll be explaining exactly which ones that I was using when I had good results healing myself from depression. Okay, and we'll be talking about the different kinds. And again, this is experimental, but I'd love it is if you guys just try it out for yourself and see if it works for you, you know. And also let's have a dialogue, you know. Let's see which kinds of healing frequency music work for what things, you know. I know for a fact that they definitely were working for me against depression frequencies, but I don't know what other frequencies they might also equally work to counteract. So let's kind of find out together. It's a co-creation, you know. It's actually kind of raining a bit harder now, so I'm not gonna. That's Junior there. So I'm not gonna make. My idea was not to make this very long. It's just to explain what I'm about and just leave the video, put the video up so that if anyone wants to, you know, comment underneath. And also, please, you know, anything that's worked for you, also, that would be really helpful, you know. Let's develop something together that will help all of us, you know. And I'm not even just talking about TIs and you know, evil frequencies. You know, we are in a spiritual battle here, aren't we? All of us. And we're under attack in all kinds of ways. And, you know, let's find ways of fighting back, you know, of protecting ourselves, fighting back. Let's find ways of making our lives, you know, better, even in spite of all these horrible attacks and all these, you know, evil demons and all the rest of it, and, you know, evil people with horrible devices. And let's, you know, God is on our side, guys. So, and I do feel that this is something that he wants me to do. Otherwise, you know, what have I been doing for the last 30 years, you know, with all this? It's not that I've been doing a course to study a particular thing like at university, but I have gone in depth, you know, researching different healing methods and certainly manifestation. I will explain all that in my videos, but you know, we don't have to feel hopeless and helpless. There are things we can do to improve our situation, even if it's just helping ourselves to feel better. Because you know what? You feel better, everything kind of changes, because you then start getting ideas of what you might be able to do. And let's face it, the thing the gang stalkers want is for us to be feeling bad all the time, isn't it? So anyway, that I don't know how to end this. Sorry. I really need to figure out how to do these things more professionally. Sorry about this. But anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll be putting up the next video in the next few days. God bless you.